Breathe in. Welcome to What the Fuchs with Jess Fuchs. Now breathe out.
And scream.
Because here's what's pissed Jess off this week. We are back. It's 2025 and I am sweating through this polyester shirt because the setup of that camera, the setup of this microphone, hey, it didn't go down a treat. It was hard work. I've been off the tools a couple of weeks and you can tell I'm a little more shaky. I'm a little more rusty. So I want to say I'm sorry. But we're diving in. It's God knows what. The 6th, the 7th, the 8th of January. Fucking hell. How are your resolutions going? Have you kept any of them? Have you kept any resolutions? Are you making any resolutions? What are you going to do this year? Mind your fucking business, bitch. Back the fuck up, bitch. I am sick of resolutions. I think it is a terrible narrative. I think we boycott it as a system entirely. And I think that you mind your own fucking business. I'm sorry. Has anyone ever kept a resolution? No. You know how sure I was about this? I Googled it. And by Google, I mean ask ChatGPT. GPT. I had to muster up all the courage for that big energy start, and I am waxing and waning, or whatever the hell they say about the moon. I got to tell you, I'm off the cog. I'm off the wheel. I'm out of the business. I've spent the last week absolutely faffing around with no requirements, nowhere to be, nothing to do, no shows on the horizon, no one to entertain except for myself. Turns out, when you only have to entertain yourself, laying down will do the trick. Sitting sedentary will do the trick. I am off the wheel of activity. I am off the machine of movement. And what's happening? I had a summer cold. That feels like it's illegal. I have never felt more tired. I used the last of the natural iron in my body to give birth to an egg I didn't use for my period a couple days back. I don't know what to tell you. I break from my usual life. The 25th of December, we're hitting Christmas, so, things are slowing down. I'm tired. And then I have to hit the 31st and make decisions about my 2025. Oh, God. Why the hell? Resolutions only work because they've got you in a chokehold at the weakest time of your year. You are fatter than you've ever been because you just had Christmas and New Year's where you ate. You are lonelier because you've been around your family who, hey, have pissed you the fuck off. You are hornier. You are poor because you've spent all your money on things. You are not the best version of yourself, and you now have to make decisions and promises to yourself for the next year. No, not in my house, sir. In the Fuchs household, let me tell you, we are boycotting resolutions. If you say them if I hear even res pass your lips, you will be taken out of this family. We will not be discussing resolutions. They're setting us up to fail. You know why? Because you go, oh, I feel fat. I need to lose weight. So you join a gym. All right, cool. January 1st, you go to the gym. January 2nd, you go to the gym. January 3rd, I don't know, I'm a bit tired. Okay, you don't go to the gym. And then it's the end of January and you've only gone a couple of times because, hey, it's not actually realistic to your lifestyle. Maybe you're more of an outdoor person because when you see nature, you don't want to suicide as much. That's what I'm like. I need to see a bit of green. I can't walk on a treadmill and not move. God damn. Life already feels that way when I'm not on the thing. It feels like you're just standing in place seeing the same thing over and over again. And I don't really want to look at a machine that tells me, oh, would you like to walk through Rome today? You think I want to walk through Rome in 1995 when this footage was shot? I don't know if anyone's ever done that, but you walk on a treadmill and you can pick where you go. Do you want to go through the countryside? Do you want to go through Roman streets? What? And remind myself I can't afford to leave this fucking shithole town? Sydney's not that bad, but I need a change. Resolutions are just not a thing we will indulge in this year. But how do you set yourself up for success in the next year? Great question. Thank you for asking. It is something I've been mulling over. Now, I did a bit of deep research, and I'm not going to lie to you guys this year. This year is about honesty. Not a resolution, just a general policy. Don't get those things twisted. How do we set ourselves up for success? What I did is I went to Google. No, sorry, that's a lie. I went to TikTok. Sorry, I just said I wasn't going to lie. I went to ChatGPT. Are you okay? Are you having a stroke? Stop. I went to TikTok and I found a video, and this video was from a woman who was explaining that she had done some research, and alas, she had found that the most successful people, they plan their year by quarters. They don't do this resolution shit. They do meaningful, scheduled quarters. That's how I've planned my year. I thought, what is Q1 through 4? Q1, January, February, March. Q2, okay, don't look at me because I do have to start. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't, if you said to me what comes after April, I have to start from January. I do have to do that with the alphabet. I don't have to do that with numbers. So at least one of the three is okay. So we go Q1, January, February, March. Q2, April, May, June. Q3, July, August, September. Q4, October, November, December. That's how you're going to break up your year. What you're going to do is you're going to decide on the things you would like to achieve throughout the year. Now, that can be anything. Let's use the most basic version. I'd like to lose weight. All you do is you break it down. You make actual achievable steps. And I don't want to say that this is like the only way. You do whatever you want other than fucking resolutions. You know that this is banned in this household. If you aren't good at keeping very rough schedules, this won't work for you. And I respect the hell out of that. Not everyone needs to change their life. Some people's lives are pretty good and can keep cruising on cruise control. If there's nothing to change, don't force yourself to change. And if you get asked, what are your New Year's resolutions? You say, nothing, I'm perfect, I wouldn't need to change anything. I'm sorry, you have to do that for yourself. Let's shame people who are in a constant turn of self-improvement. If you don't need to improve, don't. And it is a false fallacy bullshit that everyone can always be self-improving. No one's perfect. No, some of us are. Some of us actually are, and that's okay. This year, I want to see more pride from the perfect parade. I want to see a parade for all of you. Some of you aren't. I've seen some of you write some shit into me. I've seen some of you personally. I know some of you, unfortunately. Some of you need to do a lot of work on yourself this year, but not in the form of resolutions, because resolutions are these big, unattainable, unrealistic goals that you make when you are at your weakest. Hey, why don't we make our resolutions in March as the weather's changing and the autumn leaves are falling, and you can wear a little bit of a cardigan, but you don't need to wear closed shoes if you don't want to, and you could wear a high neck turtleneck if you really wanted to, but you don't have to. That is beautiful. On the most perfect day of the year is when one should make a resolution. None of this bullshit at the end of the year. You've just been stressed out. Your cortisol levels have never been higher because you've just been around a family of fuckwits who are trying to convince you that you don't have a boyfriend and that's bad, or you don't make enough money and that's shit, or you should really change your job because you've been talking about it for years and years, but you've never actually done it. Of course, when you make promises to yourself, you're at your lowest, you're going to set the benchmark so high it's unattainable, and ultimately it lets you down. Because we love to fuck ourselves in the face, don't we? We really love to. We love to ruin ourselves and set ourselves up for failure just so we can go, see, you can't do anything. See, this is why your life's shit, because you can't even keep a simple resolution. Hey, is losing half of your body weight a simple resolution? No. Is finding the love of your life in 1 year realistic? No. Is cleaning out your cupboard? No. I'm not cleaning out my cupboard. I love my clothes so much. And I have had year after year where I promised myself, don't shop. You're not going to shop for a full year. Excuse me. I am but a consumerist cog in the machine, and I love my clothes because my clothes are fun. Now, yes, you may have noticed that I've brought up the fact that you were at your lowest when you go to make your resolutions because, and yeah, I have said family a couple times. Am I wrong? Hey, I'm going to say no. And here's why. Because I have some data to prove it. I put up on my story around Christmas time, New Year's time, and I said, hey, I'm sure you're all fucking over your families and you've got something to talk about because you've been around them a lot. So if you got anything you want to be angry about, feel free to throw it into this link. I thought we'd get a couple about family, but I also thought we'd get some general, I hate slow walkers. That's a classic. And I was shook. I was shook to my core at the amount of complaints that flew in, all related to family. And I'd like to share some of those, just to prove my point, which is when you're at your weakest after you've been beaten into submission by the people who raised you, if they did a good job at all, we're not even entering into that. Now you're trying to promise yourself in 2025 you're going to be a better version of yourself. Please listen to some of these things that you guys told me that your families have been doing. I thought I would choose a couple that have a similar sentiment to ensure that none of you feel alone, lonely, left out. Your families all suck. And to be honest with you, one day you will have a family and you will be the source of all of their torture and pain. My family keeps saying problematic stuff, but if I say something, I'll ruin Christmas and that'll upset my mum. So I just have to suck it up until I can escape the country and go back to Melbourne and not talking to them. And I actually want to cry out of frustration. That's a tough one, because my favorite thing about that one personally is the fact that if you say something, you'll ruin Christmas. But your mum is ruining Christmas by saying problematic stuff. And thus, we have this beautiful ecosystem where nobody wins. My mum gifts us in a series of tags labelled something to do, something you want, something to wear, etc. There's about 10 different categories. One of the categories is something to read. And as she was handing out the gifts, my two younger sisters got their books and one was confused why she got it. My mum answered, well, because I want to read that. And then the other asked, did you just get us all books you want to read? And she said, no, I don't want to read my name's book. Okay, so here's what she's done. She's kept herself fully anonymous, so I'm going to re-say that sentence using my name where this person's name would be. And then the other one asked, did you just get us all books you want to read? And she said, no, I don't want to read Jess's book. And I was like, well, it must be something about feminism then. And she stayed silent. And then I unwrapped my book and it was Bad Feminist Essays by Roxane Gay. I've got that book as well. So your mum might suck, but I've got that book. So you're in good company if you're listening with me. Gift giving is so hard. Not defending your mum at all. I love that she just stereotypes you as like a feminist. So she's like, fuck, what would a feminist like? Well, I can't get a laser hair removal because she wants to keep her arms and her armpits hairy. Fuck, I can't give her anything about cooking because I can't give her that shit. Okay. So I'm just gonna give her books because women couldn't read before and now they can. So I'm just gonna support that in a passive aggressive way. Every year at Christmas, my boyfriend's grandma will say something absolutely out the gate to me, but only when no one else is around to hear it. Whenever I bring it up with my boyfriend or anyone else, they don't believe me because they don't believe that she'd say something like that. And I always just end up feeling gaslit and like I'm crazy. It's been happening for years now. This year, she essentially told me that I'm not a good enough girlfriend for her grandson. I want to point out a couple things there. I love the idea that everyone has categorized men as gaslighters. And that is, when you say gaslight, you assume it's like a fuckboy on Tinder. But grandmas are the original gaslighters. They are the original be nice to everyone else. Oh, thank you, darling. I'm well. Hey, you fat slut. You're never going to be good enough for my boy. Okay? I'm going to run you out of town. That is the original gaslighter. As you get older, you can. It is a matter of fact, you can get away with saying more fucked up shit. And it's not right, but it is life. Because we go, oh, grandma's so sweet and frail and old. They're struggling to get up the stairs. Meanwhile, they whip their head around and look at the girlfriend at the bottom of the steps and say, stay down there, I'll push you down, you dumb bitch. Another one, shall we? All the grandkids getting $200 each, plus 2 gift bags of presents. Me, the daughter, gets no money. Oh God, gets no money gift and some shit I'll never use. I'm pissed watching my inheritance get opened in 5 seconds. All right, but I am actually pro money gift, so at least we've got a little bit of improvement and movement with some of these write-ins. Why do you not get a gift? Why do you not get cash? That's bullshit. And you get something you'll never use. And this is what I'm saying about gifts. No one uses the dumb fucking gifts. Don't buy something that we don't need. The final thing I'm going to read that you guys made, and it's, again, all on theme. I just want us to remember all of our families are idiots. And in that way, it's unavoidable. You too will one day become, say it with me, an idiot who everyone hates. Dad ambushed us and forced sister and I to meet his girlfriend for the first time on Christmas Day. Just the 4 of us. Okay, why would you ever? Sometimes it's almost as if people want to make the worst decision. It's almost as if this man thought, hey, how can I make sure that this doesn't go well? Hey, I know. I'm going to pick a day when everyone doesn't want to be around a new person and have to make small talk. Because again, end of the year, everyone's tired. We are off the cog of the machine of our corporate, boring, shithole lives. And we just want to be left alone. I want to be rocking back and forth. Leave me in a dark room for a couple of days. Just rocking back and forth. Just letting my brain heal from the trauma of the year. Don't introduce me to a new woman. I have a friend who continuously dates and then breaks up, dates and then breaks up. But he brings his new girlfriends around all the time. And then I have to be nice to the girlfriends. And then they break up. And then I follow her on Instagram. And I'm like, please, don't bring her around. I am a compulsively nice person, unfortunately. That's the goddamn truth of the matter. I know I might seem like a raging bitch, but I'm actually, unfortunately, relatively... How are you? Really? And I remember from last time that your mom had surgery. And how is she? Really? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's me to someone I hate. So please don't force your sexual partners onto me if they're not vetted. And by vetted, I mean year deep. Know that you like this person. Don't bring her near me. Don't bring your boyfriend near me. The beautiful thing about boyfriends is they don't care about me. They're not going to bother making small talks with me. So they leave me the fuck alone. And this, at the end of the day, when we're talking about heteronormative relationships, is the crux of it. The beautiful center of a boy-girl relationship is the boy won't try to impress me or give a fuck about me, but the girl I will try to be nice to and she will try to be nice to me. So please, in 2025, I am not making a resolution, but I am forcing one upon you. If you start dating someone new, do not bring them around too early. It is not my problem. I do not need to be making polite small talk with your fucking sexual partner just because you're in the honeymoon phase with them and you think, oh my God, I can't bear the thought of leaving them, but I have to go out and meet my friends. No, you don't. Cancel on me. Just tell me you're stuck in the dick sand or the pussy vault, okay? Do not show up with your new sexual partner with no warning. And on Christmas Day and a parent, unacceptable. I would rather you cancel 6 months of plans with me and just shoot me a voice note every so often, updating me just so I know you're alive. Maybe send a little photo of you with the newspaper of today's date. Then bring your new sexual partner around if you're chopping and changing as frequently as your haircut. Am I looking forward to 2025? Thank you for asking. I would like to end on a positive note. Yes, I am. This year, we will be breaking our year down into quarters, Q1 to 4, and each quarter will be filled with exciting things and any goals that we set, resolutions, goals. You can use them interchangeably, but don't say resolutions to me. Any goals that you are making for 2025, if you simply break them down and make some actual achievable steps, I believe we can get there. So, am I excited for 2025? Hey, don't fucking put words in my mouth and pretend, okay? No, we're doing it. We don't have a choice. We will continue. We will persist. However, I believe that since I have instated my new Q1 to 4 goals, it will make actually achieving things that I want to do a little bit easier without feeling like a fucking loser by end of Q1 when I haven't lived up to some unrealistic expectations and promises I made to myself in the depths of 31st of December sadness. If you did set resolutions, even if you didn't publicly say them, you just quietly promise them to yourself, I want you to stop right now. Thank you very much. I want you to reframe them, and I want you to make sure that you're making choices and promises to yourself that make sense, that are achievable, that are also going to make you happy, that are going to fit into a realistic Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Break these bitches down into achievable small steps that you can do. Don't just say you're going to change jobs. What does that mean? You're not going to change jobs. What you're going to say is, I'd like to be in a new profession or a new job or have a new salary by Q3. That's January, February, March, April, May, June, July. By July, I'd like to have a new job. Okay? What does that look like? Well, maybe January, you start thinking, let's have a look what jobs are out there. Maybe you apply to a couple. But hey, unless your dad owns a company, it's probably going to be a slog. So you might apply to a couple jobs a week. You might also go to some networking events. You might also reach out to some industry connections or look online to see how you can make said industry connections. See how we're slowly making achievable steps? I think I might be incredible at this. If you have a goal that you don't know how to achieve, feel free to message me and I will tell you, like ChatGPT, but I'm just going to be like, chat, oh my God, G girl, therapy. No, I will be your human ChatGPT. You send me one of your goals and I'm going to break them down and tell you exactly how you are going to achieve them, because I think I might be good at it for someone else. Maybe for myself, not so much, but hey, that's life. Happy 2025, bitches. And I hope that if you tried to make resolutions, I want you to cancel them ASAP. I want you to throw that shit out, and I want you to sit down and I want you to make goals and do not yuck. Until next time, welcome to the new year. I hope it's going to be a beautiful one. I know it is. If you're here, if you're with me, you know it's going to be good. I feel like I stroked out for the last half hour and don't know what was said, but I hope that it was entertaining at the very least. And hey, lots of love.